Hey guys, yes, welcome back to another video. I just did one on April 4th, but I decided to do April 5th as well because over the weekend I'm not going to want to put out any videos, and I probably won't have any time to do so. So I wanted to just get this done first, right? And then we can continue on Monday. April 5th is the day of consequence. And this day is from 14 to 16 degrees of Aries, and it's within the second decan of Aries. Of course, Aries is a cardinal fire sign. Born on this day, we have Booker T. Washington, African-American education leader, founder of Tuskegee Institute, writer Up from Slavery. And then Thomas Hobbes, British political philosopher, Leviathan. Joseph Lister, British 19th, 20th century physician, introduced antisepsis. Bette Davis, film actress. Spencer Tracy, film actor. Gregory Peck, film actor. Herbert von Karajan, German conductor, Berlin Philharmonic. Colin Powell, U.S. Army General. Head Joint Chiefs of Staff. Judith Resnick, U.S. astronaut, killed in Challenger accident. Melvyn Douglas, film actor. Robert Bloch, horror writer, Psycho. Algernon Swinburne, pre-Raphaelite poet. Jean-Honoré Fragonard, French painter. Marilyn Ferguson, social advocate, publisher, editor, writer, The Aquarian Conspiracy. Roger Corman, film producer, director. Bloody Mama. Michael Moriarty, film actor. Stanley Turrentine, jazz tenor saxophonist. Lester James Perry's Sri Lankan film director. Changes in the Village. Nguyen Van T, I think. I don't know if I pronounced it correct. South Vietnamese general and president. And Andy McPhail, baseball general manager, led Minnesota to 2 World Series wins. Okay. Those born on April 5th have the ability to succeed in life and the tenacity to hang in there. Possessed of star quality, they present a composed and self-confident image without appearing overly egotistical. In like manner, they themselves are often taken up with the appearance of things rather than examining them deeply. Most often, they pursue one profession, one set of principles, one stream of thought right through life. April 5 people seek appreciation as those with star quality do, but survive without it, persisting in endeavors whether others are paying heed or not. No matter what is going on around them, they can bring tremendous powers of concentration to bear on the matter at hand. It is hard to imagine calling people with this kind of star quality modest, but in fact, April 5th people are. They are most comfortable playing the part of an unassuming regular guy or girl. Of course, for those born on this day who are exceptionally gifted, this is consummate play acting. Yet April 5 people do not react well to being analyzed, probed, or found out. As far as they are concerned, the part they are playing is what they truly are. They do not want anyone to dig any deeper. The most suitable professions for April 5th people are those in which they can continue for a life's duration. Those born on this day tend to be long-lived with complete and satisfying careers. The same cannot always be said of their marriages, which can be tempestuous, and for some April 5th people, dotted with both their indiscretions and rather long affairs. Often they can see nothing wrong with their behavior. Emotionally, those born on this day can be very difficult to reach. Sitting down and talking things out may be something they disdain. Those involved in relationships with April 5th people generally find that they are expected to be understanding at all times. Since April 5th people attract admirers like flies, a lot of understanding may be required. Although these are the last people who wish to burden themselves with controversy, they may encounter antagonism from those threatened by their direct and forthright approach. They will not compromise their beliefs, even if it means being punished financially for it. Money is not paramount to them in any way. More important is that they be successful in implementing their plans and that their ideals not be threatened. Great believers in defending honesty and integrity, they may nonetheless avoid disturbances in order to get on with the business of life. Often they will leave the question of whether there is to be a fight or not up to the opponent. When locked into an endeavor or activity, April 5th people often do not know when to quit, unaware that others are getting bored or indifferent and may wish to move on to something else. In the same way, some born on this day continue in their principal occupation too long. It is thus essential that they periodically take stock of their lives and, if necessary, make needed changes, even if difficult or painful. And now let's get into the numbers and planets. Those born on the 5th of the month are ruled by the number 5, number of change, and the planet Mercury. This planet represents quickness of thought and change. And April 5 people would do well to heed its promptings. Mars, ruler of Aries, gives abundant energy to Mercury on this day, energy which may carry April 5 people through life. Those ruled by the number 5 also like to take risks because it's like the 5th house, right? 5th house of Leo is all about taking risks, fun, gambling, all that kind of stuff. So one may find April 5 people who are quite content in their family or career situations, risking danger on the side, like gambling, reckless driving, or dangerous liaisons or liaisons. Yeah. What those ruled by the number 5 and April 5th people surely have in common is that life's hard knocks generally bounce off their resilient character. They continue on unfazed. So then that means they're quite lucky. And then in the major arcana, the 5th card is the Hierophant. Let me get that one out for you guys. The Hierophant is the Taurus card, actually. Where is it? It must be at the very bottom. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. The Hierophant. An interpreter of sacred mysteries who is symbolic of human understanding and of faith. His knowledge is esoteric, and he has authority over things unseen. Favorable traits conferred by this card are self-assuredness, absence of doubt, and proper interpretation. Unfavorable traits are moralizing, bombast, and dogmatism. Oh, I just kind of went, okay. Wasn't too bad, right? I was holding it. I try really hard to keep it sturdy and like centered, but I'm trying to like read and yeah. And now on to health. So because April 5th people are so conscientious at work, they tend to go overboard when enjoying their free time. Eating and drinking too much, accidents, and misuse of their bodies in general can all be damaging. They should particularly beware of drinking and of taking drugs, particularly drawn to exotic, spicy foods of all types. April 5 people should try to eat foods not only good for their palate, but for their health as well. Because of their unusually strong constitutions and longevity, April 5th people can get away with a lot of reckless behavior for a long time. However, they should perhaps apply their sensible work attitude to their diet as well, hobbies, and extracurricular activities. Some advice for people born on this day: learn when to give up and walk away. Quitting is not always such a bad idea. Try being more devoted to your mate, seeing things more often from their point of view. Don't take your good health for granted. Learn to talk about your problems as well as successes, sharing joys and sorrows. And then a meditation. If you have 2 legs, run. If you have 1 leg, hop. If you have no legs, fly. I like that one. That's a good one. Some strengths: consistent, hardworking, and successful. The weaknesses: repetitive, overindulgent, emotionally blocked. And that is the description for those born on April 5th.